This right here is the Travelling Toohey's Weekend Warrior Plus. We started on this project several months ago for Dan and his amazing little family. He's decided to sell everything and get on the road, and I'm super grateful that we could align with him and his family to deliver this amazing brand new 300 series Land Cruiser. And we were integral in the whole process. We helped Dan and his family source the vehicle. We helped project manage the whole thing, and now we're just about to hand over this awesome vehicle. So this is what we call a Weekend Warrior Plus. So the Weekend Warrior thing is just about short trips. It'll still tow a van, but we've got some extra infrastructure in the back of the vehicle, which we'll show you about once we get back down there. So starting at the front of the vehicle, we have a color-coded Raslarr 3-loop bar. Super lightweight bar. I don't know about super lightweight. Maybe that's not the right frame. Lightweight, high quality. Rob and his family, Raslarr, fabulous, fabulous looking bar. Full frontal protection. We have ultravision driving lights on the front. Now these are a 4K color. These aren't like really bright, intense lighting system. Reflection, perception of detail is far, far improved than typical 5,700 degree colored lights. So I run these exact lights on my own vehicle. They're fabulous. And come here, Panch. There's a couple of different driving modes. So you've got the spot in the big conical reflectors, and then that weird shaped elongated oval is actually a spread, and you can actually switch them in the car separately. We'll show you what they look like. This is not a hardcore off-roader from the point of view that they're not going ridiculously off-road where they're going to need a winch for self-recovery, and that's part of the process that we go through, is asking stacks of questions because we're really outcome centric. And it doesn't make sense in my brain to put a winch in the front of this car if you're not going to use it. Deploy your resources into areas where you're going to get stacks of value. By the way, this is not scripted. This is just coming to me. So if I muffle my words, just stick with me. Built-in recovery points under the front there. See them there? We can actually color code them whatever makes sense to you, I suppose. All this blue stuff here, that's torque marker. You can also see, so this is an indicator if it's been tampered with. You can also see it down there on the bottom of the shock. Wherever we take bolts off the vehicle, we leave that stuff. It's a bit of a reminder that we've been there. We have 4.2 ton GVM upgrade Apex, remote res on the front, that's adjustable. We have ROH wheels and Maxxis all-terrain tyres. Now they're a 265. Hang on a second. I better bloody check. I forgot what I put on there. What are they, Panch? 285, 6518. That is an upgrade size. It's a nominal upgrade. Absolutely legit, legal with the GVM upgrade. And pretty mean stance, really. Black wheels, black tyres. Part of keeping the vehicle legal is making sure that the tyre is completely within the body line of the vehicle. I don't care what anyone else says. You're not allowed to have any part of the tyre outside of the body line. And we've collaborated with OTA for these flares. Plenty of people out there doing these GVM upgrades, and they're just not bloody legal. Part of this kit is the molded mud flaps, and you'll actually see around here, Panch, that the normal mud flap would kind of come down here, but the team have actually molded the correct width, so you can see it lines up with the flares there. It's a fabulous. It feels like a really finished product. The tyres actually are well inside the body line. And these are a 40 offset wheel. So We've increased the wheel track by 20 mils each sides, airbags under there, appropriately rated springs in the back of the vehicle for the permanent load and the periodic load. Clear view mirrors, Cat 6 indicators down there. So towing, like this may make, if you've got, you know, a really wide, these are always stiff the first time, by the way, so I'm just struggling with it. So you can just adjust this to wherever makes sense to you. So I run these exact mirrors. I'm not being rough. It just needs a bit of extra persuasion the first time you use them, the first couple of times you use them. So flat mirror up on the top, convex mirror on the bottom. The key thing, and the way I set these up on my own vehicle, is that I can see kind of both. I can see if I've got a car on the side, I can see the car in this mirror and in that mirror. That's the way I set mine up. When I'm towing or if I'm going off-roading, I can just manually adjust the bottom section to down on the ground or a bit further out or whatever needs to be. Totally adjustable, electronically adjustable, manual adjustable. So you need to have really, really good communication skills with the person that's sitting in that seat to be able to tune that and get it right for you. I did miss the UHF antenna on the front. That's a Uniden antenna. This is a 3 dB antenna for mountainous terrain. Dan does have I'm pretty sure he does. It'll be in the car there somewhere. A 6 dB antenna. This is like a twin pack. Short antenna, mountainous terrain, tall antenna, flat country. And believe me, it makes a huge difference. Maybe even to your masculinity, because apparently all the cool kids think they need a massive antenna to feel more masculine. It's not the case. Let me help you choose the right outcome with you. That's for mountainous terrain. Anyway, moving on to the snorkel. This is Safari's next generation of snorkel heads. There's been some fair few changes. I think this design of snorkel head, this is an RMAX snorkel. We are one of only a couple of authorised Safari RMAX dealers in Sydney. I feel like it's prestigious because I don't think they just give it to anyone, right? So RMAX, sorry. Well, I think I need a new hat, right? This one's dog-eared. I go through a few of them. Jason, if you see this, can you send me some more hats, please? Okay. So, what have we got in the front here, Panch? Oh, well, we do. Go around there, Panch, and we'll do this. Okay, so we've got a few bits and pieces for you, Dan. There is your pin and R-clip for your tow bar. Here is your fridge documentation and Toyota checklist, pre-delivery checklist. Here's some spares for your UHF. There's a few bits and pieces in here. We haven't installed the holster for the microphone because where can we actually fit it? There's just nowhere anymore. Like in the old days, you used to be able to, just drill that into the body and then hang your microphone up there, but there's nowhere. So what we do now is we give you the parts and then just go and use it. Go and figure out where's the best spot for you. And then if you want to install it permanently, we'll totally give you a hand next time you're in the area. There's your spare antenna. Here is spare wheel cap. I'm sure that was really noisy in the microphone, sorry. There's the spare wheel cap for the spare that's underneath your vehicle.
Spare camera.
The what?
Spare camera.
Yeah, that's a freebie. Just take some good photos on your trip and don't forget to tag me on Instagram. Ultravision. Joe, Ultravision, you're a great human and I appreciate all the support that you've given us. Warranty, product documentation, that's all there. and your 240 volt power cable for your National Lunar fridge is here in the vehicle. We'll go through everything. Lock nut key. That's the top for your antenna with the Allen key. So on the antenna, there's a grub screw. There's a grub screw that you have to remove first so you can fit that. Don't try and fight muscle with that antenna, because promise you will destroy the thread in there. Take the grub screw out first. Pancho, can you show where the UHF?
I read it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, with the brake controller.
Yep, brake controller in that location there. It's a little bit tricky in 300 series Land Cruiser to mount everything, because there's no bloody real estate. There's no spare locations. If you're okay with drilling into these trims, you can't there, because that's your phone charger thing. If we're having some dialogue about where we're going to mount the stuff in your Land Cruiser, that's great. There's just not many places to put stuff. So let's have a conversation about that. We have done the tow wiring. Can't really see that much under the back there. The tow bar thing. It comes from factory. With most of the parts. Reverse lights here. They are as part of the GVM upgrade stuff. Anderson plug, so stability control, and Anderson power for powering stuff in the van, recharging stuff, and your airbag inflation. This is all manual inflation in this vehicle. Dan has a portable air compressor, and he's okay with adjusting it manually. To invest into getting onboard air, is likely a $2,000 to $2,500 additional investment to get a compressor in the vehicle. If you're airing up and down all the time, if you've got consistently changing periodic loads, it might be worthwhile having some dialogue about putting a compressor in the car, but let's have that conversation. This here, Dan, is your Starlink power. So that is pre-wired through the grommet there. It goes down into under the back, where we have a Kangoe 110 amp hour lithium. So we've just got some finishing up stuff to do on that, and that'll be coiled up ready for you to put it upstairs when you get your roof rack on. And we also have here an ORS, really cool new system. This is the first time, absolutely the first time we've used this. So Belinda and Brian and all you amazing humans at ORS, really, really cool idea. This here is a National Lunar 62 litre dual zone fridge. Now, I don't know why National Lunar isn't as well supported in this country as it probably is in South Africa, where it's made. They're a bloody good fridge, and even my mum has one in her mini white wombat of an MUX. Dual zone fridge. You can see down here, it's a bit, I don't know if you can see down there, 2 different zones. You can tell it which part you want to freeze, whatever. I really like this idea, because you can pull the basket out. You can pull the baskets out, and then you can see down in there. So if you're trying to rapidly change the temperature of your favourite bevy, you can chuck them down underneath, and in the basket under the bottom. Bloody good. I like these fridges. They are very well insulated, but they do require a bit more investment certainly than a Shitbox King's fridge. That also doubles as a barbecue. Anyone who's been in the industry will know for a while that they had an issue with catching fire. We've got some cable management going on in there. You can see there. So when I'll just run the fridge back in. You can see see the way the cable tracks. So that just means that it means you're just never gonna sever your cable through sliding your fridge back in even in anger. Stu, bloody clever individual. He's got some outlets here, so that's high amperage output. Oh, excuse me. Who's that? Oh, I don't know, unknown caller. I won't take that. So Anderson input for solar and another SIG plug. So Stu made that up. It's pretty good. And in the back here, you can see, now this is actually Dan put me onto the team from falsefloors.com.au because we actually had some, zoom in on that bit, Pancho. So this whole floor assembly means that we can retain one seat in the back of the vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's left-hand side or right-hand side. You know, we've got the ability to be able to retain a seat. And I think that's because of super self-confident, naughty children. Put them in the back. We can put a cargo barrier in there. We can put vapor barriers in there. We can soundproof stuff. So if you have those types of children, let me know because we can take care of that. Underneath the front in there, did you go in there, Pancho? You can see underneath we've got the floor, all the distribution, all the electrical is wired up under there. And Stu did a fabulous job with the wiring. He buried it quicker than we could actually get in there, but he made sure to take a couple of photos of his handiwork and he posted it in our group chat. We'll share that with you somehow, won't we, Panch? I think that's probably just about it. If you're thinking of selling the house, the business, and the children, and you're going to leave the normal world behind you and get on the road and travel this amazing country, and you need support, give me a call. If you're sick of dealing with my counterparts in this industry who are just trying to sell you everything, please call me. I really care about the outcome for you. We really are outcome centric, not product or transaction focused. I just want to see the community get better. And I want to make changes in my world to really have great positive influences on my clients' lives. If you're here now, thank you for staying. Really appreciate you. We're going to tag the Travelling Tooheys in the description below. Go follow them. They're great people. Great Aussie, small family, traveling the country. Thanks for tuning in. You're awesome.